Hey, how's it going everyone? Bryce McNabb with McNabb Storytelling, and in this video, I might just save you a little bit of money. We're gonna get crafty. All right, so we are gonna do a craft project tonight. Essentially what we're looking at is the mood board for my upcoming shoot for the Ember Lodge, and we're going to be setting up all their interviews kind of like in this sort of like stylized manner. But what I started noticing with just kind of like a majority of these photos that I was selecting is that like each of them have these very interesting textured background. You know, that kind of like general background that's used when you're going to get your school pictures. But for some reason, within this context, it looks awesome. So I ordered a background stand so we can put the background on it. The background stand, I just got a cheap one off of Amazon because I want to test this out and see if it's gonna kind of like see how long this stuff will last. It was about $50 for the background stand. Now the background stand included like two large stands, a bar across, clamps, you know, like sandbags, and then I looked for a background. And the background, for a textured background, cost $80. So I was immediately like, no, we can totally make our own. I mean, really, we can just grab another canvas drop cloth and just tie-dye this sucker and save ourselves about, I don't know, $50. So that's what we're gonna do. We're heading to Walmart. We're gonna grab a canvas drop cloth, some RIT, or is it RIT, dye, whatever. We're gonna grab some dye and we're gonna make a textured background.
So what do we find?
We got graphite and peacock green. Based on their color palette, they've got a sort of like neutral green, kind of like an olive army green tone to it. So that's what we'll try to create. And I think we might be okay with these two colors. Maybe grab red in case this green's too bright and we need to tone it down to get a gray. With that, 9-foot by 12-foot canvas drop cloth plus 3 dye bottles, $32. We're leaving Walmart because we had to run back and exchange the dye that we were using. Apparently there's 2 different types of RIT dye that you're supposed to get there, which depends on what fabric you're using. Since we've got canvas, that means we're working with cotton. I mistakenly bought the dye for nylon. So just make sure you get the one that says all-purpose on it. When I discovered that I got the wrong dye, I also discovered that it's important to get color fixative. That way, when you put this, you use that right after you dye your fabrics. That way the color will hold. And we went to a different Walmart because that other Walmart did not have enough dye, and so this Walmart actually had colors we were looking for, like brown and dark green, which match the palette that we're working with. So it ended up being a blessing in disguise. What we have to do now, I have washed the drop cloth. We now need to set a pot of water to boil, get some salt, and then start getting the dye ready so we can dye our fabric. Careful on the stairs, Nick. Now we just wait. There's our salt. and our dish soap. I'm gonna try to get some olive green out of this. I just want just a neutral tone. So we got a dark green and we got a dark brown. I'm hoping mixing the two of them together will get me the color that I want. If not, it's gonna get me like a neutral tone anyways that I can use. So I think we'll be all right. It essentially says to use at least half the bottle. I'm gonna try using half of each, and then we'll see how that looks. So, of course, there's a cap on there. This is why you always just gotta have a knife on you, you know? Because stuff always needs stabbing. Can't tell. I have no idea how much I'm pouring in there. Just gonna do a little bit of brown, maybe a little bit more. Just stir it together again. We're testing the color with a paper towel. Nice. All right. I might put more of that brown in there.
Say maybe a little more brown.
Yeah. And maybe we might have to go get that red to warm it up. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna grab the red.
Why did we grab the red?
So we can warm up the color a touch. It's a little too on the cool side. I just want to warm it up a little bit. Okay. Where's that stir?
No, that's just black.
Yeah, it is with a gray. Kind of like a earthy charcoal. So we're gonna throw the rest of the green in there to bring the green back, and then that'll be where we'll have to stop. There we go.
There we go.
Okay. All right.
Next step.
Toss this guy in. Oh man. So this isn't too much for the water. I forgot about physical displacement. Nope, I think we're okay. All right, it's 8:54. So in 30 minutes, this guy will be done. All right, the color's looking good, but just read the instructions for the color fixative, and I also need another bucket full of super hot water. Awesome. The irritating part of all this is that Nick is no longer here. So I'm now having to do the rest of the work just on my lonesome. Okay, so now you're seeing it in action. Our finished and completed dyed backdrop, photography video backdrop. So this is it. This is with that mixture of the dark green, brown, and just a little bit of red. Gives us this really beautiful, like off gray green color, which is what I was going for. So we've got this amazing neutral green, kind of like this like interesting army green, which was really cool when we got here, because when we got here, the client already had these throw pillows around the space. So we pretty much nailed the color. Like, look, these throw pillows are seriously the same color as the backdrop. See how awesome that is? Oh, so awesome. All right, so there you go. DIY photo video backdrop, just using a canvas drop cloth and some RIT dye. Would love to see what you guys come up with. Definitely mention in the comments if you've ever designed your own DIY backdrop. All right, take care.